In the 1970s, Marvel made a cookbook.
You serious?
And yes, it's as bad as it sounds. Introducing the Mighty Marvel Superheroes Cookbook. Hi everyone, and welcome to Still Only 35 Cents, your regular dose of vintage comics and collectibles. For this one, we're exploring the equally wonderful and bizarre Mighty Marvel Superheroes Cookbook. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell for future videos just like this one. The Mighty Marvel Superheroes Cookbook was released in 1977 by publisher Simon & Schuster, New York, under their Fireside book label. Created by Gene Malice, the book featured art by Joe Giella throughout the pages of some extremely dubious and eccentric recipes vaguely themed to the Marvel superhero character lineup. While some appear palatable, many are questionable, such as counting "make a sandwich" as a recipe, which seems absurd for a published cookbook, perhaps because it was squarely aimed at children. Don't believe me? Well, let's take a look inside this beautifully insane cookbook. So here it is. Stan Lee presents the Mighty Marvel Superheroes Cookbook. Don't take our word for it. Spidey says it's marvellous. Let's have a look inside. As you can see here, created by Gene Malice, recipes, if you can call them that, by Jody Cameron Malice of Celebrity Kitchen Inc. and art by Joe Giella. It was published, as mentioned, by Fireside Books under Simon & Schuster, New York. Great contents page with a fabulous host of images of characters from the Marvel Universe. Published in 1977. I believe there's only one printing of this. Introduction. Do superheroes ever find time to eat? You bet they do. A while back, some young fan asked us this question, and it got us thinking that perhaps many other fans might be interested in just what superheroes like to eat. After all, good meals are mighty important when one leads to the exciting, active lives that they do. After doing a bit of research, we're thrilled to discover that superhero recipes were super sensational. Then we asked ourselves, why not let the whole world in on those novel, delicious dishes? And the result of this thought is right here in your hands, dear reader, the world's first and only superhero cookbook. Now you and your palate can enjoy another great adventure with your favourite superheroes. I don't know what we're letting ourselves in for here. It starts well with the Superheroes Kitchen Guide, a whole section on kitchen safety that's genuinely useful. But it's ironically illustrated with Spider-Man setting fire to his kitchen. Perfect. Learn from Spidey's mistakes, kids. Black Widow explaining how to clean up as you go, and Captain Marvel covering safety, such as striking matches away from you, using pot holders, cutting with knives safely, and handling grease fires. Wow! Grease fires! Oh! Here we have some heroic breakfasts, and of course Captain America starts the day. I like the Hulk's fried potatoes with bacon and eggs. That's probably one that I would go for. Maybe not the potatoes, but still, not a bad start. And here we have Kung Fu Breakfast in Bangkok. Not sure what to say about that one really, but a page on eggs. Great. Baked eggs, soft-boiled eggs, scrambled eggs, fried eggs. Again, not looking too bad thus far. Things start to go south very quickly in this section. Perhaps the most infamous example is This one here, Spidey's Chocolate Web Pancakes. Prepare the pancakes according to the instructions on the package. Pretty sure this is a cookbook. Maybe the instructions would be better if they didn't just say, make pancakes. It seems the entirety of the recipe is based on form a web of crisscrossing lines with chocolate liquid on the top of your pancakes. Okay. Wow. Then we have Galactus's He-Man pancakes. Fit for the Devourer of Worlds, it would seem, as these things look enormous. A bit of a bizarre mix of ingredients. Swiss cheese, jelly, applesauce, hot cooked cereal with honey and raisins, sloppy joe, meat spread, sliced franks and beans. I know he's a big fella, but what manner of creation is that? Oh my god. Great illustrations though, as you can see. I'd like the thing's clobbered omelette. And again, great illustrations. That's one thing I really like about the book. It does have a whole bunch of these really interesting food-related hero shots. This one's a brilliant one for the Fantastic Four, with fantastic superhero sandwiches and soups. Son of Jaws, no idea what that's all about. Pretty crazy. Presenting superheroes' favourite heroes, a meal by itself. Anyone can make one. Add your favourite meals and meats and cheeses. I'm assuming they're referring to the sandwiches. Submariner's Submarine. Well, that makes a lot of sense. It's Torch's Fireball, Hulk's Sloppy Joe, Spidey's Parmigiani, and Captain America's Americana Hero. The burgers, with a funny McDonald's sign, M for Marvel apparently. Quite interesting to see that. Like these here, Hulk's Burger, Kung Fu Burger, Torch's Charburger, and my favourite possibly, Thor's Thunderburg. There are plenty of recipes here that are downright bizarre. One that stands out for me is stuffed franks, which sadly is not presented by the Punisher. But basically, this is a hot dog stuffed with cheddar cheese and peanut butter, accented with partially cooked bacon. Sounds really nice. I don't think I'll be trying that one. There's Hulk as a jolly sandwich maker. Mr. Fantastic's big jawbreaker. I suppose that's only because the sandwich is so big. But my personal favourite on this page is Black Panther's snack. It's essentially a sandwich recipe with instructions to cut the crusts off your bread and put your favourite fillings inside of it. Now, that's the only instructions you get, but you do get the helpful pictorial hint to serve it with olives and chips. So, another great detailed recipe there. Here's one of my other classic favourites. This is the Doctor Strange Instant Eatery. Instant Eatery is any food that you can grab from the refrigerator or the bread box and put it into your mouth without cooking it. So basically opening the fridge and finding something to eat. There's your recipe, folks. I particularly like the soup to nuts from the Scarlet Witch here, with a picture of Doctor Doom. Not really sure what's going on there. Soup to nuts means from beginning to end, not what you'd think. Oh, page 30. Yes, this one is my personal favourite of the entire book. Thor's Asgardian vegetable soup, which of course contains half a pound of ground beef. Perhaps in Asgard, beef is regarded as a vegetable. Yeah, that one's particularly good. Iron Man's Splendid Split Pea, Silver Surfer's Surfboard Sensation. As you can see here, I mean, it does have some handy tips. Peanut butter on celery sticks, I'm not entirely sure about. nor apple sliced sprinkled with similar cinnamon. But again, you can see what they're trying to achieve here. It is for kids. A whole host of recipes. The main dishes. Now that's what we're talking about. That's a splash page there. Meats, poultry, pasta and fish. This one I really like. It's Ka-zar's steak kebabs. Or kebabs as we like to call them. But still, great to see Ka-zar digging in there and really focusing on his need for meat. We got a Goliath style super meatloaf. And some more recipes. This one I like as well. Thor's cabbage rolls. So ground beef wrapped with rice, onion, egg and condensed tomato soup within cabbage leaves. That one actually looks okay. I'd eat that one. Doctor Strange's mysterious stew, because you have no idea what it's going to taste like. And Daredevil's bedeviled Swiss steak. This one's great. Inspired by the Bicentennial Treasury Edition, this is the Minutemen steak and fried onions with Spidey, Thor and Captain America. And a great one of the Vision, although not linked to any of those recipes. The frustrating thing about this book is any single time there's a recipe that's even remotely Asian, we get Shang-Chi turn up, as you can see here. So we've got, and usually ends up with prefix of Kung Fu. So you would have noticed earlier we had Kung Fu Burger. Now we get Kung Fu Chicken and Kung Fu Chop Suey, again presented by Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. So yes, not sure why he keeps turning up every time. Maybe they could have used Iron Fist as well, but yeah, Shang-Chi is our resident Asian recipe guide. We've got a nice panel of Iron Man recommending beef liver to get his iron, same as Stan Lee. So Stan Lee clearly likes his liver. Now we're on to the poultry dishes. I have a feeling this one's not going to end well for one of our main characters. Yep, there you go. Poor old Howard. Why you would use Howard the Duck to help you promote your poultry recipes, beyond me. Doesn't look too comfortable there, but classic attempt anyway. This one's another crazy one. Look at this. Fish dishes. That picture there with all of the heroes on the boat fishing and Hulk just scooping out a fish with his bare hands. And Submariner reassuring the goldfish, sorry Charlie, superhero recipes don't call for goldfish. Again, they're just absolute crazy. Some great images there for Daredevil's Deviled Nip, Spider-Man's Catch, Submariner's Tuna Bake. Not sure how I feel about that one. Hulk's Jumbo Shrimp in a Basket. Pasta dishes. Let's have a look at Hulk's spaghetti and meatballs. It requires 100 pounds of spaghetti, 50 pounds of ground meat, 25 pounds of tomato sauce, 200 breadsticks, and feeds 2, the Hulk and you. I'm not entirely sure my pans are even big enough for that one, so I think we'll give it a miss. And here we have again Shang-Chi delivering quick cook rice, his basic rice recipe. So once again, Asian themed, whip out Shang-Chi, vegetables and salads. Fantastic Four vegetable dishes. Let's see, how do they have any meat in these vegetable dishes? Yes, stuffed peppers. 1 cup of minced cooked meat in your vegetable dishes. Salads. Ooh, cakes, cookies and pies. That's a great image. Strawberry shortcake. Wish I had a sweet tooth. Lovely. You can bake, you can frost. Fantastic Shortcakes. Marvellous Cakes. Daredevil's Food Cake. Iron Man's Peachy Cake. Angel's Heavenly Angel Cake. Shang-Chi's Peaches and Cream. Spidey's Vanilla Cheesecake. Great. Superheroes Cupcakes and Muffins. They missed an opportunity there. They could have called Cap's Capcake. Cookies. Oh, superhero cutout cookies. Great. I should give that one a try, especially with these little cookie cutout shapes. I'm not sure how they'll turn out, but we'll have a look. Captain America's American Pie, of course. So pies and tarts. And desserts. I thought we already had desserts, but this must just be dessert drinks. Bizarrely. I think we're coming to the end. Beverages, with Hulk advertising a super punch. And we reach the end with our beautiful index of all of those stunning recipes you see inside. And don't forget, gang, leftovers are marvellous too. Great image to finish the book with. Great. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the weird and wonderful and frankly baffling world of the 1977 Mighty Marvel Superheroes Cookbook. It's certainly a wild piece of Marvel history that gives you food for thought. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments, what you think of this recipe book, and which one of them would you like to try? We've just launched channel memberships here on Still Only 35 Cents. For just $2.99 US a month, you can join the other price variant members to gain access to exclusive member-only videos and live shows. All the proceeds raised from memberships will be going to the Hero Initiative. And with that, thanks for watching as always. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next issue. Don't forget to check out other great videos, as well as follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and X. We also host a weekly live stream, the Merry Monday Mail Call Show, every Monday morning at 7:30 AM Australian Eastern Time. Enough said.